my objective during this speech is to persuade everybody that in all 50 states needs to be a legal law called mutual combat. Imagine you're sitting at a bar, there's two gentlemen having an argument. You and your friend see the arguments escalating a little bit and walk away. Well, that situation between those two gentlemen go from bad to worse. They start fighting. This altercation turns into breaking the bar owner's stools, glasses, causing a ruckus, and making it a bad place for anybody wanting to go there. Well, the thesis of my statement is mutual combat should be legal in all 50 states, giving people an outlet to release this aggression, similar to the movie The Purge. I have actively engaged in mutual combat time and time again, from when I did semi-professional boxing in Alaska to when I got stabbed in the neck a couple years ago. When this law is broken down in a very simple manner, it is two people agree in a gentleman's duel to fight. Again, this is part of the law that nobody reads. The gentleman's duel is when one party hits the ground, the fight is over. When one party says, "I am done," the fight is over. At no point does it go any further than that, so as you do not kill the person. During this speech, I will give you 3 things to look at: the problem, the cause, and what I see as a solution, and how to make this better. The problem I see is people and companies and law enforcement that do not realize that this law is beneficial to them. For people, if you get mad and you hit somebody and this law is not in place and both of you did not agree to it, or you did agree to this fight, you both go to jail for assault. For a place where the police do not realize this is a law, you will both be charged up to and including attempted murder. This would make it bad for everybody: legal fees, you're evicted, and you may lose your job because of this. Another problem I see is companies using this law for profit. There are bars in certain areas of the country where fighting is legal. These are places like California, New York, Florida, and Texas. The only reason these laws are legal and in place is we hold professional boxing matches, MMA, UFC, Bellator, AFC matches, where people have to fight. During this time, there is a contractual obligation between the two where they have agreed to hit each other. There is a referee. Nevada is one of the places that uses this for profit. There are bars that you can sign up for fights. Those bars are using it to make money, to draw an audience. I'm not mad at them for that. The harms of this law: physical, financial, and including death. If somebody is not skilled in fighting and fights another person, that person can be severely injured and sent to the hospital. They could be killed. The financial: if you are hurt, you won't be able to go to work. You lose money. Nobody likes that. So, the other thing is people drunkenly agreeing to this. I'm drunk, this person's drunk. We end up fighting because we were both intoxicated. We cannot give our verbal consent. The cause: is there going to be a specific location where these fights should be allowed? Because if they're just allowed everywhere, are we allowed to do them in an elementary school? Probably not the best place to do them. So let's take a look at certain places that would be okay and certain places that would not be okay. At a home, it is perfectly okay. Outside of a bar or a restaurant, on neutral, private, or publicly owned land, is okay. One of the other things to look at is what will the law enforcement view on this matter be, will they uphold this law, or will they take a look at it in a different kind of manner, as most of us have seen as the police look at things a little bit different? Take all this COVID-19 stuff, for example. There are certain laws that have been put in place that do not need to be in place, or certain ordinances that have been put in place that do not to be put in place. So what is the police's outtake on this? In reality, the state of California is the best example. In a case where this is used, if you do get into a physical altercation, all they do is say, did this party agree? Yes. Did this party agree? Yes. Cool. Does anybody need to go to the hospital? Yes. If this party needs to go to the hospital, party A needs to go to the hospital, party B is responsible for the financial obligation of party A. The attitude of this, could this become a bullying or peer pressure type of law? No. At no point in time do I have to agree to anything. I can simply say no. Would this cause fear of people going out? In some cases, yes, but we'll use Nevada as an example. Nobody is afraid to go out and have a good time there. How would the governments feel about this? By governments, I mean local and federal. Passing a law in such fashion as the boxing agreement without the payment part. Maybe they won't make as much money and they don't get their cut. However, as long as both parties are good with it, I do not see an issue with it. Local and state. In much agreement with federal, they will make things a little bit stricter, as local laws can make everything harder, but not more lackadaisical. Have a person in each company or restaurant or area that is immensely trained in de-escalation through verbal commands, not physical. Personal. There are only two things I see helping this personally. This could boost your self-confidence in the people that are trained and people that are not trained. If you are self-confident in your training, you have nothing to fear about. If you are not self-confident in anything, just don't agree to this. A summary: mutual combat should be legal in all 50 states to stop incarceration of people that just want to fight. Don't see an issue with it. Fight. Have a good time. The biggest obstacle I see is the enforcement of it in all 50 states, as they all need to be on the same page. In conclusion, now have those men at the bar had the opportunity to ask each other, let's go outside and throw fists? Would it have stopped them from breaking parts of the bar and destroying private property and causing that bar to get a bad review? I'll leave that up to you.